Okay, here we are at Greene County Airport, right outside of Greensboro, on my way up to Billy Payne's fly-in, and got jet traffic going on here, and was going to go on up and land at Habersham, but as I got to getting closer, going around Athens, was going to have 4 miles visibility and 300-foot ceilings, and I flew the first 50 miles of my trip today. First 50 miles was 3 miles and 300-foot ceilings, and that's over familiar territory. The ground's getting higher here, and I'm not interested in doing that in unfamiliar territory, so I'm going to sit here and wait out the next few minutes and wait for things to kind of rise up my destination before I get into them mountains. Okay, folks, this is after we got mounted up and left Greene County. I'm bumping along here, and I had gotten about 10-15 miles north of Greene County when I turned around and went back. As I say, when I started trying to get around Athens, it had gotten really, really rough, and ceilings had come down, and it was something I wouldn't mind doing down close to home within about 50 miles, but not up here in this place where I'm not familiar with everything. And you can see here about 10 miles after I left Greene County, it started coming back down again. And I was watching this all on ForeFlight, and I knew what I was heading into, but I knew it was supposed to break up a bit. You can see here it really got down low ceilings and low visibility there for a while. And anyhow, as I got through that rough area there, it started lifting just a little bit. And like I said on ForeFlight, I knew it was supposed to lift up just a little bit more before I got into the mountains. But it got pretty rough even going into the mountains. And then after I got in there a little bit, it started lifting a little bit more, and I was able to kind of start heading into the foothills without too big of a problem. But that was the trip in. Well, the monster made it to Billy Payne's place after all of that fighting weather to get in through the mountains, and just a ton of other folks already here flying, and I'll get some of that flying, maybe some of the guys that are taking off, but that's the strip, and you can see all the way down there, there's two of them that's fixing to, let's see if I can find them there. Well, they're down there somewhere, maybe you can see them, but anyhow, there's a couple of guys fixing to buzz out of here, but this is Billy Payne's place up in the valley of Brasstown, North Carolina, and man, it's gorgeous. You got Vic Payne giving instruction in the little tri-gear Highlander. And then you got Tom going out in his Highlander. Okay, this is Friday at the Just Aircraft, or actually it's Billy Payne's Fun Play Days, I think is what he calls it. And that's just some of the planes. There'll be probably double that here tomorrow, but what a gorgeous place this is.
Up here,
all right, that's what it looks like.
So if you got a plane, you're doing limbo. So let's go.
Well, you just heard Billy telling everybody if you've got a plane, you're doing limbo, and we're standing out here, or my wife's standing out here taking a view of what it looks like, looking back at the hangars and the base of operations of Billy's place there, and everybody had already gotten out and mounted up. This is, I think this is maybe was my first run after they had already lowered the tape one time coming in, and I did pretty good the first run or two. Actually, I tied for first place, unbelievable as it is. The monster with its engine on the top, the prop up high, and even had my water bugs flipped upside down 3 foot off the top, and I still tied for the first place, and surprised me. But this is the, I had to kind of meander out there, so I did a couple of wing overs, waiting on them to get the ribbon back up for the second run at it, and this is the one where I snagged the tape with my water bug on my right wingtip. You'll see here as I'm coming in, and the object is not to touch the ground, but to get under the tape, and you can see there I captured it with my right water bug. And after flying around with the streamer on, I brought the streamer back home, and you can see as I'm coming into land here, the streamer kind of trailing off of my right water bug there. And but it was a lot of fun. Like I say, it's none of the stuff is to be taken very seriously. And then this is the awards that night when everybody was getting real happy at Billy's place. We had a wonderful time. Okay, this is some of the afternoon playing that I did whenever everybody was finished flying. This kind of shows I just pulled up in pretty steep, kind of like a zoom climb, and then kicked it into a 90-degree slip, just coming by goofing for the crowd. And a lot of times when I'm at these little fly-ins like this, folks have heard about my flying and seen the monster, and they kind of appreciate it if I do a little, I wouldn't call it an air show because that wouldn't be the correct thing to display or to call it, but I try and get up and do an aerial display, show the monster's capabilities. And normally I get into a mode that a lot of folks don't normally play in, and it takes a lot of time to get comfortable in the slow speed range and high alpha like I do. But you can see here me and John Humbard were doing a slow flyby. Now John flies that Super 701, and you talking about an awesome stick. John is honestly, he's top shelf, and truly for a guy that is as low time as he is, he truly amazes me that his skill level is as high as it is. But John and I did a little flying together, and he got some video and actually put it up on I think his channel is planning to. But you see me here, I'm buzzed along next to John, and I'm fixing to do a 180 turnaround here. John and I gonna wind it up, and I'm gonna just basically drop the nose, get a little speed. I'm gonna pick the nose back up, and then I'm just gonna turn around and go back the other direction. And wasn't hard. It's a lot of fun doing these kinds of things, and folks seem to get a big kick out of it. And again, that's the kind of stuff that can hurt you if you're not used to your airplane and very familiar with your mount. But all I'm doing here is I'm just goofing, folks, and I do a little more stuff in my displays and demonstrations than what's on this video here. But where I to put it all up, there are just some folks that just can't help but try and frame it in the perspective of what the FAA rules and regs are on flying. And so I try to keep all my stuff something that won't upset anybody or won't hurt their feelings, and they see as still legal and safe. And again, I've been doing this for coming up on 40, probably 43, 44 years now. So, and we've been doing it in this particular airplane for well over 25 years. So it's not something that's new to me. And anyhow, but this was just kind of goofing around a little bit. I was just coming by. This is a flat 270-degree turn, just flat turning in a tight radius, just to demonstrate the monster's capabilities and the rudder control that it's got. And then kind of break away and come back around. And all I'm doing, like I said, is listen, I'm enjoying myself as much as anybody that's watching it, because I'm up and the weather was gorgeous. It was low winds, and ceilings and visibility was unlimited. I was in the Blue Ridge Mountains, and man, you can see forever, and it's such a gorgeous, gorgeous venue. And everything about flying in the mountains is fun to me. Like I say, I get very little opportunity to do that, and even getting in an area where I'm elevation changes about 1,000 feet, I really notice it in the difference in my little airplane's performance. If it had been a hot day, I'd really been up the creek. But here I am fixing to come in, just goofing around. I'm going to slip it down over the runway, and I'm going to do just a super slow flyby for everybody, and again, just demonstrating the monster's capabilities. And never touched down here. I'm just riding the power and going to ride by everybody. There was a pretty good crowd. This was, as I say, at the end of the day's flying, and all I'm doing is just goofing for everybody. And I come by and just enjoying myself. And man, again, like I said, I enjoy it as much as anybody watching does. There's nobody that enjoys the watching the monster any more than the monster does actually doing the flying. But you can see in the foreground there some of the planes that were already parked after the day's flying, and had a lot of fun with the competitions that Billy had set up. Most of those competitions, they're really not that serious as far as trying to be competitive, but they're a lot of fun. But folks, if you like the videos, please like and subscribe. Thanks.